Look at all that money, yeah, the money that they've spent. Take another look and take some time for him. Don't cut trees for paper, 'cause it hurts the environment. Stop deforestation, yeah, it's time for him. Well, an acre of hemp makes 20 barrels of oil. No need for pesticides to poison all our soil. People got no food, they got no clothes, they got no rent. Well, it's time for hemp.
Thank you for taking time for hemp. I am your host, Casper Leach, and we appreciate you tuning in to the big broadcast and helping to raise our voice to let the whole world know how important it is to take time for hemp. If you go to timeforhemp.news, you can find all kinds of great downloads of music and podcasts, free videos to watch, newsletters and blogs, and you'll also get an opportunity to meet some of the people here on the big broadcast who have been our guests. And of course, you get to learn all about our joint host. And anytime you hear the word joint on the big broadcast, please hit your pipes, your bongs, your vaporizers, and take time for hemp. That was a shameless plug. I'm sorry. But I want to share with you another broadcaster from another country up in Canada. He's got a groovy network that is busy letting the whole world know that cannabis prohibition is wrong. And his name is Al Graham. Hey, Al Graham.
How you doing, Casper? How you doing? Yes, paceradio.net is where you'll find people advocating cannabis education, as well as we also educate people about psychedelics with one of our programs, or two of our programs, actually. And you can find us 7 days a week, as I said, paceradio.net. Now,
Right
I'd
on.
also like to introduce my fellow joint host, and he is an advocate, he is an educator, he is a Navy veteran, and his name is Al Byrne. How you doing, Al?
I'm doing fine. Thank you so much for that invitation. I'm also the reason old women check into this program. It's pretty well known around. But yeah, anyway, I wrote a book. You see, it's on the screen. If you're listening on the radio, it's for country and cannabis. It's the how and why and who brought medical cannabis into the United States, in fact, to the world. It was a 40-year odyssey. It's a good book. If you're a patient, if you are a medical professional of any stripe, you should have that book and read it, and it will tell you where to go to find out even more information about that subject. Today, we're concentrating on hemp as a product, something that can be used by human beings in many, many ways. And hemp, as we know it, is of many different stripes and kinds. And we've just found out in the first half hour, all three of us who think we know a lot of stuff, and we do, just learned a lot from this guest. His name is Greg Flavall. You're out there, Greg?
I'm right here.
There he is, same guy.
Hey, welcome, Greg.
Yep. So what we did is we cheated in that time that we were all together and you didn't have any knowledge of what we were doing. And we decided we're going to have two discussions here for the next half hour. The first one's going to be about hemp products that Greg makes, other people make, but we got Greg. So, Greg, let's have a show and tell. So pick up something there on your desk and tell us about it.
So
Woohoo.
we take the dust that we collect from decorticating or separating the fiber from the inside pithy part of the plant, and we compound it with some other stuff to turn it into injection molding pellets that we then go on to make some plastic home compostable cutlery. Where I'm looking here, I've got where are we? I've got knife, spoon, and fork. Right.
What? Cool.
All made out of hemp plastic, and you put these in your compost after you've used them, and in 6 to 8 months they've disappeared. Right? Not like industrial
nice.
composting; it's home compostable. We also have these. We get different sizes of straws. These are like a bobo straw. They'll go into a hot cup of coffee. They'll go into a cold drink. They don't break down like paper straws do. And these are also home compostable. And we're starting to get a little bit of traction on this stuff. It takes a minute, but it's happening. We also, we do. There's another little prop here. There's a bunch of different sizes of rope that we could, we take the bigger ones or the smaller ones. We cut them in lengths, make knots in them, and I give them to my dog to play with. Right.
Well, wait a minute. That would be a great thing to send to every congressperson, because if you give somebody enough rope, they'll hang themselves.
Where do you come from? Boy, I'll tell you. What about food? You got what's that? That a plastic?
That's a container, a takeaway container that we're working on.
So is it going to collapse if I put food in it?
No, it's not. No, it won't. Nope.
No, it's strong.
There's single use items, but all takeaway stuff is single use anyway.
Yeah.
So we're just, we're constantly doing R&D. I mean, when I first started down this long road, there were 15, 16,000 things that you could make out of hemp. Now we're like over 25,000 products that you can make out of hemp. It's just expanding and blowing up. And whatever. Well,
I've got to ask this. I don't mean to interrupt, but I got to ask this, because I've seen some biodegradable bum wipe. Do you have toilet paper? Because paper is like the biggest thing that hemp is known for.
We have rolling papers. So why can't we have toilet paper? And the answer is yes. We don't make it. We don't get involved in it. But yes, you can get some John Wayne toilet paper made out of hemp easy.
Well, they're making it out of bamboo now, so why not hemp?
Why exactly? Why not? Whatever we can
make it out of,
perceive, we can conceive.
Yeah,
CBD toilet paper will cool everybody's ass.
You had some food product there or something you were showing me.
So we also take the hemp plant and we extract all the cannabinoids out of it. And we have CBD, CBG, CBN, THCV, CBC, CBT, all the alphabet.
I can dance to that. Do that again. That rocks.
But I'm a rocker. What can I say? So all this alphabet stuff we can turn into and mix and match and holistically put it together. And we're like a walking apothecary here too, because we're making stuff for get up and go. We're making stuff for sit back and relax. We're making stuff for daytime, cruising. You name it. It's all about health.
Well, wait a minute. I was reading real quick there. That says syrup.
This is a simple syrup because we make a concentrated syrup that we can add into food or beverages, and this is great as a mocktail mix, for example, that we can put into a non-alcoholic drink, and it and gives you have a buzz without the hangover.
Is that syrup? Like I know the Farm Bill is countrywide. Is that something that's available countrywide, or are you limited to?
This is available countrywide, and it's available. We have a website actually, trueherbalcreations.com, which is a side hustle from that, for what we're doing with building houses. But this is the health and wellness product that you can microdose or you can take time out with, right? But this is federally compliant at 0.16 total. I repeat, total THC. And our country is being split and divided amongst total THC and D9. So we can go into all 50 states with this product because we are total T compliant.
Do you use it?
Daily.
And he's 112, people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's an old dude there,
Look at him. He's 112. He don't look a day over 50.
I know, but he smiles a lot, so maybe he's real happy. What do you think, huh?
I love what I do. What can I say?
Now look, Greg, you were in Hollywood. People who didn't watch the first episode, you need to. Greg's great. You just go back and watch it. He was in Hollywood, and one of his friends did a little paper about 400 pages in length that Greg sat down and read. That changed your life. That took you in a whole new direction to where all of a sudden you're building houses and making food and
Yeah.
bringing in plastic products made of hemp. I mean, look at your path now. I mean, look at all that you've done with your life. Isn't that a little mind blowing that from one paper, your whole direction changed in such a way?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I put it all down to this magical God-given plant, industrial hemp and cannabis. They're all related. They're cousin plants, and God put them here for a reason, you know. And we can, you know, our motto on our Hemp Tech Global site, hemptechglobal.com. You go there and you'll see food, fuel, shelter, health, jobs, and maybe even world peace.
Oh,
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. Let's go to those houses again. As Casper pointed out, I'm a Navy veteran, 24 years of service. Casper did his Army time, and the TV network we're on, Citizen Green TV network, is very much veteran orientated. So what are you doing in that world?
So as you can see, the ticker going across the bottom about Hemp Town on Main. So I decided that, you know, with building hemp houses and providing the health and wellness and a pinch of happiness, whoever wants it, blah, blah, blah. I've done a lot of stuff with hemp, from the seed, infusing the roots into coconut oil to make a triplanoid, you know, topical. I mean, and then, you know, smoking the herb or whatever. Right across the spectrum, I've been involved in this wonderful plant. And we're living in a time of increasing homelessness. By the year 2030, we will see a huge increase in homelessness, because that's predicted the time when Social Security is going to basically be unfunded and run out. So we're working right now with a group called Joy Community in Medford, Oregon. Here, they're a church-based or a faith-based group, and they started a little a veterans, a senior community, I should say. It's a little micro village, and that kind of gave me the idea to get involved with building homes for veterans, seniors, and people in recovery. But homeless veterans, homeless seniors are on the rise because there's not enough government assistance. There's not enough being done for people that really need help. Mm-hmm. And we have the ability to build shelters or micro and tiny homes for people in need at a cheaper rate than has normally been accessible. Because you, Casper, mentioned earlier about the cost differential, bringing stuff over the ocean. It's got to cost more money, right? Per square foot, it costs more. Well, that equated to around 5 to 10% more compared to regular shitty construction materials, right?
Right.
With our Hemp Town on Main, I've been doing education on industrial hemp and building for many, many years. And on our main for-profit website, we actually have an outreach program for donations to our outreach industrial hemp education program. About 2 years ago, I set up hemptownonmain.org. I applied to the Department of Justice for an umbrella, like a sanction to be able to have this nonprofit. And my sanction was industrial hemp education. Now, that's a pretty broad and generic term. What specifically are we doing? Well, if you do the background dive on me, you'll see it's all about construction and all things industrial hemp, and so forth and so on. So we got the nod, we got the rubber stamp, we got the 501c3 designation, which means 100% tax deductibility. And incidental to my education and training, when I'm building anything out of hemp, the materials and labor connected to that particular vertical, which is the hempcrete insulation of the walls, for example, becomes 100% tax deductible. The materials that, therefore, based on your tax deductibility, wherever you're paying tax at whatever level it's at, you're going to get a rebate or tax saving for building with hemp, as long as your schoolie is there to help to teach you how to do it.
Yeah,
that is cool. No, I got a friend who would like to meet you. Her name is Jane Earhart, and she's got 10 acres in Arizona, and she's put together a blueprint for a thing called New Hemp Cities. She wants to 3D print homes, and she wants to build an entire town out of hemp. How cool is that?
That's awesome. I love it. I'll go
Is
there.
that doable? Is that doable?
3D printable is still very, very challenging because here's the thing with the hemp herd. Let me show you some herd to give you an idea, because you can see this wall, this sample wall in the background. That's what it
Yep.
looks like all mixed up. But here's the size of the herd that we're wanting to use is this size, right? So
All right.
that's the size of herd we want to use. You start throwing that with some lime and a little bit of water, just enough for it to stick together. You start putting that down after it's mixed down through a pipe and try and to put it into a building. 3D printing, you need a lot more water to do it. And
All right.
those chunks get clogged. We've tried it and failed. Gets clogged in the knuckles of the hose delivering the material to where it's going.
Oh,
So
okay.
those that's why the low-tech system works the best, right? I've done prefabricated, I've done hybrid panels. I taught the guys in the Netherlands how to build their first stamped panels to make houses over there. They kicked me to the sidewalk because I wasn't from the EU, so I couldn't get paid, blah, blah, blah. It's the usual story. So the fact of the matter is that the low-tech way, which is casting in situ in place, is where everybody, I mean, you go to our Hemp Tech global website and you look at some of the projects we've done, you'll see we did a hen house structure before we built the main house. I had a 6-month-old baby tamping hemp. So anybody can do it.
So are you getting, I'm just curious, are you getting some of these older folks and veterans to actually get involved with the construction?
No, yes, I want to, but I mean, we're pretty new, right? The website's only been up a couple of months and stuff. We're just getting out there, and I might, if I could, I'd be given a hemp structure away as often as I could, but it required, like any 501c, we're driven by donations and sponsorship and
you have your hands full, because I do remember sitting and watching a documentary in 2002 pointing out that by the year 2030 the largest homeless population would be senior citizens, and they pointed out that it will be difficult at that point to sit and watch television to see your mom and dad and your grandma and grandpa living in the streets.
Yep.
And then there's also the other aspect of people that age don't have a lot of relatives around. And when they get to the point where they can't take care of themselves without assistance, then they're forced to go into a home, which many just refuse to do because, well, we know how homes are. And that adds to the homeless population again. So you have seniors out there who can almost take care of themselves and many who can't.
Well,
how big are these houses you're thinking about? How many square feet?
We're doing small structures, like 8 by 12, 12 by 12. So anything under 200 square feet can generally be built without needing permits because they're considered movable, temporary. They're on stilts, they're on skids, they're on piers, and they're a beautiful little structure. If you go to in fact, I can give you guys later some stuff if you like, but there was a project, a very dear friend of mine who used to own the IKEA franchises in North America and then was forced out, a ways back. But he developed this iWood structural framing system that uses 30% less lumber. And when we've even got wood shavings in the hempcrete mix here because we're recycling and using all the material. And we've designed these for micro and tiny communities, and they're basically a kit set that we can ship out, and people can put a workshop together or get their buddies and a few beers together and a few smokes and frickin' build it themselves in a weekend. So we're kind of pushing that wheelbarrow because I believe that the time is fast approaching, faster than anybody cares to admit, where that homelessness is going to triple, right? Quadruple. And the cost and the average Social Security check is around $13.50 a month. Right. That's not enough to pay the average rent.
Yeah.
And a senior who loses the other half of their unit or whatever, they're one check away from living on the street.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah.
Right? And 30% of the population, you know that only 10% of the population have any reserve at all, any emergency fund. Right? It's like, it's chronic. Nobody's been taught properly how to manage money or look after, get ready for retirement or anything like that. It's like, we've been in.
Well, you got to have money to manage before you manage it.
Yeah, but we've all of us been sucked into these debt spirals for so long that you know, it comes to the time when we wake up one morning, oh my God, I'm over 65. I got my hand out for Social Security. It ain't there anymore. What do I do now?
Right.
Now, you know, a lot of us old codgers have, you know, got a lot of stuff up here from years and years of experience that we can go help bring, you know, mentor some youngsters coming through and everything else. But unless we're thinking, I mean, we've got to have a roof over our head to feel secure. Everybody needs shelter, right?
Yep.
And so
how's that working out with local governments and other? I mean, is there enthusiasm? Is there lack of interest? Is there any what's going on?
I mean, it's all very well to say everybody's interested, but a lot of people in government are all talk, right?
Oh yeah.
And it takes forever to get anything done. And I made a conscious decision not to go public money, not to go government money, to go private, you know, private sponsors and donors, because when the government gets involved, they look over your shoulder and they keep telling you what to do.
Exactly.
Well, it's because they care about you. They want to make you successful.
I'm
They
from the
love
government.
you.
I'm here to help you.
They are. They are.
All right, we got a few more minutes. Forks and spoons and plates and houses. What else do you do?
All the health and wellness as well. Everything. As I said, we do everything from the seed to the shelf. Right? We manufacture, we wholesale, we private label, we white label. We do everything for health, wellness, and happiness.
And is that all in Oregon?
No, we've just been out back east because half the population live out there, and it's interesting. I got an opportunity to go full 360 degrees back to where we started Hemp Tech Global, back in Asheville, North Carolina. So we're setting up an alternative beverage store out there for the alcohol sober curious, sober flexible, you name it, to get people off alcohol into the good herb.
They are making the switch slowly but surely. They are.
Oh yeah.
And speaking of good herb, I can tell you, I bet you smoke a lot of good herb at your age. You know a lot of good dealers and a lot of good people. I bet your pipe's full all the time.
I'm like a one-stop shop.
But actually, we know that Greg is not a smoker. He likes the edibles, right?
Yeah,
Wait a minute, Greg, you don't smoke. I want a DNA check to make sure you're human.
I used to, but I gave up because I like the edibles more.
Yeah.
Because I was also a smoker, a Marlboro type smoker, right? And I'm like, you know what? All that stuff is gone. And I'm because of the herb, because of the hemp, I'm healthier, and you know, I'm feeling great. So why can't
you look good for 112?
You keep bringing that up.
Earlier, you had mentioned about the decorticator not having that type of availability in the U.S.
Yeah.
What could get done in order to make that available, so that people who, you know, it makes it easier for people who want to build a hemp house to be able to do so? Because if, you know, hemp houses are also environmentally friendlier. So
yes.
By producing that stuff in the U.S., you're eliminating that ship ride across the ocean, which obviously isn't environmentally friendly.
Well, it's also about the chicken and egg situation. I mean, not enough people understand the value of building with hemp or natural materials. Mm-hmm. And then you've got the supply chain that can't keep up with that either if it really did take off. It's still very much grassroots. And I thought we started so long ago that by now, you know, the rest of the country would have caught up to the hemp. And there are a bunch of people around doing hemp houses and so forth, but it's all still grassroots. It's not mainstream yet, you know. And that's what I'm trying to get to, a kit set style situation where we can drop in from out here where we manufacture the lumber, the framing components. We can drop in to the site wherever it's going, anywhere on the planet, basically, but particularly the US, the kit set to make the 12 by 12, right? Which has an 11-foot interior height. Perhaps another time I can show you through one of the units we've got out in the warehouse building.
Yes.
Work in progress. And then we can also, from the local Home Depot or Supply Yard or Lowe's or whomever you've got in your local area, we give them a shopping list for all the flat pack material. It comes right off the shelf. It gets drop shipped locally, so you're scaling down on that freight, right? Including the hydrated lime that comes from Home Depot as well. And we mix and we send over a few little pozzolans to add to help hydrate it quicker, and then I'll drop in, parachute in, if you like, and with my team, and do a workshop and teach people how to build the structure, right? And now it's tax deductible, baby.
Oh, cool. So it's a grassroots movement to build little grass houses.
Homes for homies, buddy.
Right. That is groovy. Well, we're down to the last couple of minutes. You want to give a shout out to a groovy website or an organization you want to put a spotlight on?
So for the hemp housing, obviously, I'd love people to get to know hemptownonmain.org, which is our 501c3 nonprofit designed. We're putting that together to help veterans, seniors, and people in need for a shelter, affordable housing and so forth. And then for our health and wellness and happiness and so forth, we've got our other site, trueherbalcreations.com, where you can get some health and happiness.
Thank you for being a guest on the big broadcast. I do want to have you back as a guest again in the future and have a joint chat with one of our joint friends named Harry Hemp.
There you go. I know Harry.
All right.
Yeah, cool.
Right. And Al Graham, I tell you, I love the work you do up in Canada. Your radio broadcast brings so much content that is valuable to the world.
Thank you, Casper. Thank you for the kind words. And people can find us at paceradio.net, and you'll find psychedelics as well as cannabis broadcasting there 7 days a week.
And Al Byrne, I want to let you know, even though I went to public school, I was able to read your book. It took me a minute. You got some big words in there, but I was able to figure them out with the help of Wikipedia. You want to let people know where they can find it?
Everywhere. Yeah, if you can buy a book somewhere, Amazon or Thrift Books, any kind of a book place, they'll have that book. I would like to point out to my joint house, Al Graham, while his address is radio, he has matured. And over the last many years, he has video there as well. So it's really Pace Network, but that's a formal address. And my personal thank you, Greg. Been very interesting conversation. You're a great guy to have do interviews with, because you're just full of so much good information. And thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, guys.
And I want to thank all of you out there for tuning in to the big broadcast. Please remember to go to timeforhemp.news and get all your free downloads. There's a lot of groovy things there you can pick up for free. I also want to say thank you to all the veterans out there who are watching for serving this country and protecting our freedoms. My heart goes out to the families of the veterans out there who have never made it home, and we will never forget you. And we truly do love everybody who has made it a point to dedicate their life to protecting the freedoms here in America. And we want to thank you from everybody here at Time for Hemp.
Look at all that money, yeah, the money that they've spent. Take another look and take some time for him. Don't cut trees for paper, 'cause it hurts the environment. Stop deforestation, yeah, it's time for hemp. Well, an acre of hemp makes 20 barrels of oil. No need for pesticides to poison all our soil. people got no food, they got no clothes, they got no rent. Well, it's time for hemp. Throughout us history, hemp has been used, no mystery. Hemp was legal to pay your taxes for more than a century. Check your faxes. The founding fathers made sense to me. It's time to grow hemp legally. Think of all its uses. It's money that's well spent right now. No excuses, it's time for hemp. Sustainable green industry, that's our intent. A better place this world will be. It's time for hemp. Fueling food and clothes and soap, housing cars, your car's no joke. Henry Ford built a car of hemp. It's time for us to do it again. People be employed with balanced farming as it's meant right now. It's time for hemp. Hemp is a true necessity for the wealth and protection of this country. Thomas Jefferson spoke those words. He knew the value of these herds. It's time to lift the hemp ban. It's time to make a strong stand. Yes, we can. I know we can. We can make a difference. Yes, we can. Just like birds of a feather. Yeah, the money that they've spent. Take another look and take some time for hemp. Don't cut trees for paper, 'cause it hurts the environment. Stop deforestation. Yeah, it's time for hemp.